Hey Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great. This is going to be your general love reading for June 1st through the 15th. We're going to take a peek at the overall energy that's surrounding your love or romantic life right now. We'll look at your energy, the energy that's surrounding you. We'll look at any challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, some advice from spirit, and your potential outcome in this situation. And then we'll wrap up by pulling one last oracle card for you to see if spirit has any final bits of guidance. I do like to get all of the cards out before I start reading them. So if you want to go straight to the message, go ahead and click the timestamp in the description box below. Otherwise, let's get started. So the first oracle card that we have out for you is North Node, Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. And let's pull one more oracle card to see what overall energy is surrounding you for this reading. And we have two more that flipped out. The first one that we have is Sacrifice. There are those worth making. There are those that will destroy you. And we also have Endurance. Keep going. All right, so we'll see how those fit into your overall reading, but let's get into some tarot. And we'll start first with your current energy. And what we have is the Hierophant and we have the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what energy is around you. Maybe this is the person that you're with, that's on your mind, that you might be interested in, that you might not know about just yet. We have the Fool in reverse. For any challenges, obstacles, and what's currently hidden, we have the Ten of Cups, and we also have the Stars in reverse. For advice from Spirit, we have the High Priestess in reverse. And for your potential outcome, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So let's grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these messages a little bit further. First card out that we have for your energy, we have the Four of Cups. For the energy of the person around you, we have two cards that came out. We have the Five of Coins and we have the King of Cups in reverse. For challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have the Eight of Swords. For the advice from Spirit, we have the Seven of Wands. Oh, that's a lot of cards that flipped over. For your potential outcome, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so let's grab some oracle cards to get little last bits of messages before we get into the reading. And for your energy, we have finger pointing and the magic of pretending. For your person's energy, we have taking a break. Challenges, obstacles, and what's hidden, we have inner work. For advice from Spirit, we have expectations. And for your potential outcome, we have talking again. Okay, so let's get into this, Taurus. I will say that off the break, when I first started doing your pre-shuffle, I got a headache out of the blue and started getting real hot. So I don't know if this situation that you're in is stressful, if it just, sort of makes your head hurt, that you're a little bit angry, you're a little bit fired up about what's happening. But physically, that's how I'm kind of feeling right now getting into this. And what we have for the overall energy that's surrounding this reading is stepping out of your comfort zone, sacrifice, and endurance. So it feels as though there's something that's challenging you to maybe take a different path, right? And it might mean giving up something that you're comfortable with, that maybe not so much comfortable, but something that you're familiar with, that, you've been a part of for a while, that, it feels like the devil that right? Maybe this situation isn't the best for you, but it's there, it's comfortable, it's what you know, and it may require you giving something up, to step out of this place that has become so familiar and comfortable for you. And it might be a little bit challenging, but it feels like you're going to have to sort of, steel yourself and get your willpower and discipline and determination up and just sort of push through it. But we'll see how that fits in with the rest of your reading. So, getting into your current energy, we have the Hierophant, we have the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Four of Cups, and then we have two Oracle cards. The first one is finger pointing. Our partners reflect our wounds, relationships mirror what we are, finger pointing, and take responsibility. And we also have the magic of pretending. Visualize ideal situation, be detailed, play the part, see as manifested, speak it into existence, and be certain. So, what it feels like for your current energy, Taurus, is that you are looking for, in terms of a relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic, but you're looking for something that's stable, right? Something that's sort of structured, something that's very foundational and strong enough to be able to build things on top of that. But it's coming in very, very slowly, right? And it almost feels as though, you're trying to stay in this place of seeing the end, right? Just sort of envisioning the best case scenario. And it almost feels as though if you're dealing with someone that you are very much romanticizing this person, that you seem to be overlooking a lot of red flags or characteristics that don't really align with what it is that you're looking for out of a potential partner, right? And because this process is moving so slow in terms of getting this foundation, getting this stability, getting this commitment, it almost feels as though you're growing bored with the situation. And you're really looking at the other person like, this is your fault. Like, we could have been so much further. We're not for you. It feels like a very indignant sort of energy, but for some reason you've stuck around. You've stuck around with them through the shenanigans, through the slowness, through the inaction, through basically not getting what you want. You're still there to a certain extent. Now, looking at the energy that's around you, we have the Fool in reverse, we have the Five of Coins, the King of Cups in reverse, and we also have taking a break. Not necessarily a breakup. Take time apart, allow for new perspective, center, and meditate. So for this person who's in your energetic space, again, you have the King of Pentacles where you're sort of viewing things as moving extraordinarily slowly, right? The stability, this abundance that you're looking for is moving at a snail's pace. And it's probably because this person is not doing anything, right? With the Fool in reverse, they're not taking that step. The Five of Pentacles, it's very cold, right? It's being left out of something. The King of Cups, there's no offer of love that's coming into you. It really feels like they're kind of resting. They're not doing much. They're just kind of sitting back in the cut chilling while you're over here, trying to think, well, maybe this will work out, and you're waiting, and they're not really doing too much to help things along. So looking at the challenges, obstacles, and what's currently hidden, we have the Ten of Cups, we have the Star in reverse, we have the Eight of Swords, and we also have inner work. Heal yourself first. You'll attract what you are. Choose partners that want to grow with you. So these are all of your challenges, right? The Ten of Cups, finding that happiness, that ultimate happiness with the partnership, your wishes, the things that you want are not coming to fruition. And with the Eight of Swords, it seems as though this is a situation that sort of has you constantly thinking, right? It's swirling around in your head. You're overthinking. You're stuck in your own thoughts. But what you don't know is that even though you might be looking at this other person like they're the problem, and let's be clear, they're probably a good chunk of it, but there's also a need for you to look inward and maybe ask yourself, why are you still here? Why are you still entertaining this person that's not giving you anything? It's not serving you. So, what is it that you're trying to gain by dealing with someone who is not being considerate of your feelings? For advice from Spirit, we have the High Priestess in reverse, we have the Seven of Wands, and then we also have expectations. Confirm you want the same things, prioritize the relationship, expectation yields result. So, what I'm feeling from Spirit is that right now is not the time to sort of sit and be passive and kind of wait for this person, right? Because it feels as though, even though you know what you want, because things aren't moving, you have no idea what the other person wants. And instead of sort of just staying in this place of, hoping for the best outcome, but not really taking any action, it almost feels as though Spirit is nudging you and saying, you know what, it's time to clear the air with this person. And it might not be a comfortable conversation. This is what might be outside of your comfort zone. Because I almost feel like for you, it feels confrontational, and it doesn't seem as though, it seems as though you're a little bit nervous about having that type of conversation to figure out, okay, what is it exactly that you want so I can know, right? Some people are able, if someone's not giving them what they need, then they're just kind of shrug and they're like, oh, okay, well, that's it for that, then I'm out. And they don't need a conversation or anything, but it feels as though you're stuck in this energy because things are so unclear. Because you have what you want, and you might think super highly of this person and be very hopeful that they can provide what it is that you're looking for, but up until this point they haven't. And it might be a situation where they've breadcrumbed you, where they've given you just enough for you to think that there could be something that'll materialize, but then it never does. Like, things just continue to crawl along. So it might be a situation where you just, tell this person, reach out and say, what's going on? What is it that you're looking for? What are we doing here? And I don't think anybody ever really wants to have that conversation. I don't think that people really want to be put on the spot. But if it will help you break out of this stagnant energy of waiting and hoping, then maybe it's something that you should think about. So, looking at the potential outcome, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse, we have the Ten of Wands, and we also have talking again. Texting, reconnecting with someone, open up a dialogue, second chance, back in each other's world. So, I think that, at a minimum, you all will communicate. You all will have a communication, or a conversation. But it doesn't necessarily feel as though this communication, that this conversation is going to move things along in the way that you want them to. It feels as though there's going to be a sense of dissatisfaction with the sort of lack of answers that you get from this other energy that's around you. But, sometimes a lack of answer is actually the answer that you need. Or, it's the answer that will help give you clarity on what to do in a given situation. But I don't feel lightness surrounding this. I feel as though it's going to be a little bit stressful for you. And I think that you're going to struggle with walking away from this person, is what I feel. It almost feels despite the anxiety, despite the frustration, despite the headaches, that you are still going to try and move forward with this person. And it feels as though you're giving up a part of yourself, a part of your own personal power. So, I would encourage you to think very hard about this person that you're dealing with and whether or not you all are actually on the same page with what it is that you both want. And I suspect, based on the energy around this reading, that you all are not. So if it's that type of situation, don't force yourself to continue on just because this is what you know, just because you've sort of gotten accustomed to this person. You deserve a lot more than that. You deserve someone who wants to grow with you, right? You deserve that. And you have to make sure that as a part of this process, having the conversation with this person, fine and dandy. But make sure that you take time for yourself to figure out why you're so inclined to stay in this place of dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Because again, you deserve more, right? You deserve better. You deserve a divine partner who feels the same way about you that you feel about them, that is willing to give you as much as you give them, if not more, where things are reciprocal, respectful, all of that good stuff. So let me grab one last oracle card and see if there are any final messages for you from Spirit. Okay. And we have one that flipped out. And what we have is love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. So I feel like this is Spirit's way of saying this person is not the end all be all to love in your life. They're absolutely not. But perhaps you've been focused on them so much that you can't see the possibilities and opportunities that exist around you, that exist outside of this person. So, hopefully through this process, through this inner work and through this conversation, you can recognize that perhaps this person is not for you. But at the same time, understand that you are a wonderful human being and that you deserve love. And guess what? It's a big world and there's a lot of love swirling around you. The only thing that you have to do is be open to the possibility of finding it and not in this person, because I don't really like them. So I'm going to leave it there for you, Taurus. I hope that this was helpful and I hope that it resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I am sending you all huge hugs.